Welcome to Fast RC, my name is Ryan. Today's video is going to be a 5-minute review of the Traxxas TRX-6. We're going to talk about everything from the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. So go ahead and stick around, I'll see you on the other side of the intro. Alright, so this review is going to be specifically about the Mercedes G63 body version of the TRX-6 and not the hauler version, although some of the things I am going to talk about can directly relate to the hauler version since they are quite similar, although the hauler version does have a longer wheelbase. But a lot of stuff applies, but just keep in mind that this is really specific to the smaller version that I got here behind me. And with that, this is a ready-to-run vehicle from Traxxas. Comes with all the standard stuff you would expect, like a TQI transmitter, brush setup XL5 with a 21-turn motor. Not really much else to talk about, but to complete this set, you're going to need a battery, either nickel metal hydride or a LiPo Pack 2S or 3S, and AA batteries for your transmitter. So that's all I got for that. Let's go ahead and move on to the good. We have a lot of good things to talk about, so we're going to go quick on this one. So first up is versatility. This thing can crawl, it can bash, it can trail, you name it, it can do it. And the reason why it can do that is because, first of all, it's got locking and unlocking diffs, which is a great thing to have, especially a lot of the TRX4s have them. But having those locking diffs allows you to lock the diffs if you want to climb up rocks or other obstacles. But then if you want to unlock the diffs, you can go up with speed, or you can actually tighten your steering radius when you unlock the diffs. You can see that on the screen, just testing it out. Allows you to make a tight turn, especially with a big long truck like this being 25 inches long. This thing can turn on a dime with the diffs unlocked. Next thing I want to talk about is a 2-speed transmission. It is a little bit more complicated to work on, but it is a really nice touch to have, especially on this truck, because if you upgrade the motor combo and get something faster with brushless, at 2-speed, this thing is a rocket. And it's actually quite fun to bash and to send jumping. Not huge jumps, but smaller jumps is quite fun. Next thing I'll talk about is scale detail of the body. I know this body doesn't fit everybody's taste, but I'll be honest, it's grown on me over the last few years, and it's going to stick around. But just the level of detail on this body is amazing, along with the moldings, the front grills, the mirrors, just everything about it is just fantastic. And speaking of the body, we'll talk about the lights. The lights are actually usable on this truck and do a really good job of lighting up the pathway at night. And that's pretty much it for the good section, so let's talk about the bad. Alright, so let's talk about the bad. And if you know, the bad section in this type of video is not so much bad, but more just like meh or okay. So first thing I got to talk about is going to be wheel and tire upgrades. So like I said, it's not really like a bad thing, but just keep in mind, if you're buying this vehicle, it is 6 wheels and not 4. And so any type of wheel and tire upgrades you make is going to be at least 50% more expensive, just depending on what you buy. Obviously, when I bought this truck, I had that in mind. And when I went to upgrade tires and wheels, it cost me a lot. So just want to put it out there. It's not a deal breaker or anything like that, but it is going to cost you quite a bit more to upgrade the wheels and tires in this vehicle. Next thing I want to talk about is the body options. There are no direct fit body options like other aftermarket body options for this vehicle. They just do not exist. If you want to do something custom, you could put a single body cab on the front and run like a custom bed in the back, or make something yourself. Totally can do that, but just wanted to put it out there that there are no direct fit body options for this vehicle. And for some people that might be a deal breaker, just the fact that there's no options out there. Welcome to the ugly section of this video, and I got 2 things to talk about in this section. So first off is going to be the servo. The servo in this vehicle is simply not strong enough for this truck. This truck weighs about 12 pounds, and while you're out running, it is just not powerful enough to move those tires around the rocks the way you want it. So I highly recommend upgrading the servo when you do get a chance. And number 2 thing we're going to talk about in the ugly section is the motor in the ESC. So really like the entire electronics package almost. The motor in ESC is also not strong enough for this truck, being almost 12 pounds. This is the same motor and ESC combo that you get in the regular TRX4 and the TRX4 Sports. I'm telling you, this thing, with weighing as much as it does, about 30 to 40% more than the other vehicles, it is simply just not powerful enough. When you first pull this thing out of the box, is it okay enough to run around at 8 miles an hour or 13 miles an hour in second gear? Sure. But you're definitely going to want to upgrade it over time. Alright, final thoughts. Going to keep this quick, to keep it under 5 minutes. Do I recommend this truck? Yes, I do. Do I like that they come with crappy electronics at $650? No, I don't. I really wish they would upgrade the electronics out of the box, especially at $650. But besides the fact, if you do upgrade electronics, which I hope you do if you do get this truck, it is highly worth it because the platform of this truck is amazing. This is by far my favorite vehicle in my fleet. Bar none. It can crawl, it can bash, it can trail. I have a brushless setup in mind. It can go quite fast, and it's actually pretty fun to run it around the track, believe it or not. So do I recommend it? Yes, I do. But that's all I got for this video. If you got anything else, if you'd like to look at some more reviews, I got them popping up on the screen here. Otherwise, on the other side, we're going to show you whatever's best for you as the viewer. Hope you join me on the next video, and I'll see you there.